This is the new Nokia 7 Plus.
The articles of no confidence was triggered by the joint opposition recently against current Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe on 14 counts of mismanagement and misappropriation and the failure to ensure financial transparency in the recent 2015 bond issuance. The joint opposition states that from the point of the appointment of the former central bank governor Arjuna Mahendran up until the time he left the island, the Prime Minister has continued to fail in providing adequate leadership to ensure that one of the massive frauds in financial history of Sri Lanka did not occur. On the 15th of March 2018, Colombo Fort Magistrates Court issued an arrest warrant on Arjuna Mahendran on charges of criminal breach of trust for allegedly providing confidential information of the central bank to Perpetual Treasuries Limited, the primary dealer connected to and owned by his son-in-law Arjuna Aloysius, who was arrested on 4th of February 2018, along with Kasun Palisena, who was the CEO of Perpetual Treasuries Limited. Despite both Aloysius and Palisena were arrested and jailed by the police for their role in this crime, Arjuna Mahendran has not to date surrendered himself to the court and continues to abscond himself.
It's a delay that nobody can understand, because if the government really wants to arrest somebody with the Interpol warrant, there are enough and more ways of doing that. Particularly, Mr. Arjuna Mahendran is a Singaporean citizen, and to my understanding, Singapore government knows very well wherever Singaporean citizen is visiting. So if you contact the government to government, it should have been much easier to do that. So the only conclusion that I can come to is somebody is deliberately not pursuing that.
So, who's responsible? Where does the buck stop?
It has to be Prime Minister, because that the whole entire allegation is based against Prime Minister, and there are so many materials that had been revealed in the course of the Presidential Commission.
And during the Presidential Commission hearings, it was very clear what the involvement was. But the government never took any action to take his passport.
The current whereabouts of Arjuna Mahendran is unknown. An international courier service tasked to hand over the notice issued by the Colombo Fort Magistrate to Mahendran, who is believed to have been in Singapore, had reportedly informed the CID that he was not present in the given address in Singapore. Accordingly, the government said that they have sought the support of Interpol to arrest Mahendran and bring him before the courts.
Arjuna Mahendran mahatmaya kawada iter wenakota attarun gන්න එයාට ඔය විදිහටම රෙඩ් ඇලර්ට් යවලා දැන් ඒ යාදාමයක් තියෙනවා.
The Interpol maintains a database of all the people that are seeking to locate internationally. However, the name of Arjuna Mahendran seems to be missing. First at 9 inquired from Interpol as to why Mahendran's name is not appearing on their database, despite the government of Sri Lanka claiming they are seeking their support to locate Mahendran. In an email exchange, Interpol says, quote, "If no red notice is published on Interpol's public website, this is either because 1. One has not been requested or issued for that person, or 2. The requesting country has asked it not to be made public, or 3. The red notice did not meet the criteria for publication on Interpol's public website."
But there is another way. Even you can go with the ex parte case. Sri Lanka and Singapore are members to 1958 New York Convention. Whatever the commercial foreign judgment as well as the arbitral award you can implement. For that, the ex parte case which has given a damage, that damage basically can be collected from him, but that is a long procedure. So considering all these things, it is very hard. What we have to do, the person who recommended for this post must be responsible. Even try his best effort and get the person back once again to Sri Lanka.
In other democracies around the world, countries that claims to practice honorable politics, when there have been any charges, they tend to resign immediately, and by that, safeguarding the image of true democracy and transparency towards their way of governance. In recent times, British Prime Minister Theresa May fired the one-time First Secretary of State and her Minister for the Cabinet Office, Damien Green, over a pawn cover-up incident. And on 5th of April 2016, Iceland's Prime Minister Sigmundur resigned his post when his name appeared on the Panama Papers. Ukrainian Prime Minister too resigned on 10th of April 2016 on the same account, while Industrial Minister of Spain relinquished his duties on 15th of April 2016. These are some of the recent actions to uphold democracy and good governance, while history records other similar events such as sudden resignation of Lebanese Prime Minister and also Richard Nixon, US President, who had to quit due to the Watergate scandal, and the Japanese Prime Minister who resigned a few months after his election to power due to his failure to honor election promises. In the wake of tomorrow's no confidence motion, what do you think as to what our leaders should do?
He will win the no confidence vote. He is very capable Prime Minister and we need Prime Minister like him.
The PM will win the race because you know why? Actually all are in the same boat, no President and Prime Minister, all are in the same boat. Everybody is responsible. 225 people who are in the parliament, all are responsible for that.
There has to be something which goes in line with country's betterment. That's it.
I think he should listen to the majority, what parliament decides.
What I feel, basically, he should step down at least for time being to release this unrest.
Not the first incident happened in Sri Lanka. So since last 20-30 years this happened. So I don't think Prime Minister is going to lose.
When the dust settles on tomorrow's no confidence motion, one thing is clear. With the bond scam, Sri Lanka's gamble with good governance has indeed left another foul taste in the honorability of Sri Lankan politics.